are staying on top of breaking news in Over the Rhine, where there are reports of multiple people shot in that area.
And we continue our team coverage with WLWT News 5's Karen Johnson. She's been speaking with people down near there. And you also confirmed with one of your sources that at least 4 people, Karen, have been shot?
Yeah, when I got to the scene, one of my sources was saying there were multiple crime scenes throughout the stretch of East McMicken, and at least 4 people were shot. That was early on. We don't know if that had changed. I want to go right now to look. You could see in front of your mart, this is right next to Grant Park, a lot of police officers, Cincinnati police officers, focusing their efforts, their investigation around one car. A lot of evidence markers in the street in East McMicken, even one on top of the car. With me right now is Jeff Davis. He works in the area. He actually runs programs for kids in this area. You witnessed a little bit of the aftermath. Can you explain what you saw?
Sure. I just stepped out of a door straight behind your cameraman. I saw firecrackers in front of your mart, and then followed by some loud bangs. I wasn't sure if it was gunfire or some M80s until I saw people fleeing the scene. When you see people running away, that's usually a sign that there's live gunfire. And then I noticed a red SUV or something right about here, kind of in the flow of traffic. The lady had stopped, got out of her vehicle, ran around to the other side of the car, kind of frantically ran back, jumped in her car, and took off. That's when I noticed that her window had been blown out and there was glass on the pavement here.
Yeah, so we don't know if she was shot or just her window was shot or what happened.
Don't know. That's all I saw. And then I'm just worried right now. We have one of our students who works for us at Wesley Chapel Mission Center. He finished his shift and was waiting for a ride home. So sounds like he was, if the description is right, he was running away from the scene, was taken to the hospital in a squad. He's currently just living with a friend right now, and we're trying to help him get into stable housing and maybe at Job Corps. And but he's been part of our job training program for about a year now.
Here he is, a young man trying to better himself in the program and may have ended up shot.
Correct, and he's just a very, very quiet, respectful young man. Whenever you ask him a question, it's yes, sir, no, sir, and he's just trying to make his way.
And just what goes through your mind when you see this happening literally in your backyard, and here you are trying to help these kids?
It's so sad to see people participate in their own destruction. But at Wesley Chapel Mission Center, we believe in the long, slow work of God. We're here to show God's love to the families in the neighborhood. And some people receive that now. Some people we don't know when they will receive that seed that's been planted in their heart.
Well, thank you. You keep doing what you're doing. People like you do make a difference in our community. And I know there will be a lot of prayers for that young man who may have been shot. Yep. Again, heavy police presence here along East McMicken. We're getting word multiple people shot. We don't know the ages. Right now, we're just waiting for an update from Cincinnati Police. For now, I'm going to send it back to you guys in the studio.
Karen, quickly, and I appreciate you're getting an interview out there. I know you're talking to so many people. Have we heard from the chief, or is she anywhere around there, or any of the other top brass for CPD? I mean, here you have a shooting in broad daylight with possibly multiple people hurt.
You know, I could tell you I have seen dozens and dozens of Cincinnati police officers out here working the scenes. We are being told there is a media staging area down the other end of the scene. I do believe Lindsay Stone is in that area, so she may have better access to the chief or one of the officers who could speak to exactly what happened.
All right.